engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and John can't be beat, on the Fastlane, so sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street, ooh yeah, Fastlane, all night, feel the speed, feel the light, join the ride, hold on tight.
You done? Everything out? Cool. Hello everybody, welcome back. Verbal diarrhea. Welcome back to the Fast Lane. John Williams, Ryan O'Connor. Other side of a cool weekend away, Belgian Grand Prix, and our amazing weekend with Sanlam Private Wealth away. Of course, every episode that we bring you over the Fast Lane brought to you by Breitling, OneBet, eBet, and of course Sanlam Private Wealth. This past weekend was all about Sanlam Private Wealth as we went up north to Zwartkops.
Yes.
Huge thanks to Clint Weston and his team out at the AMG Driving Academy. Incredible weekend. I use the word a lot, but it really was the best of the best. Let's have a quick look at what we got up to at Zwartkops. The Fast Lane up at Zwartkops. Of course, we are here with the AMG Driving Academy and Sanlam Private Wealth. And this is the welcoming committee right over here. Our guests will be arriving shortly. Some of them are already here. Some of them are arriving as we speak for this, an incredible day at AMG Driving Academy. Go and have a look at us on YouTube, and I hope you all don't mind, but you're all going to feature in the next episode.
Indeed. Nice, well, out we go. Take it wider. Oh, hard left. Excellent. Tempting. Get the nose in. Terrible.
Hello.
Ollie Jarvis! Yay! Ollie, we're using state-of-the-art technology here to plug you through to join us here today. But the sun is shining in Johannesburg, or in Pretoria rather, as we gear up for another Formula One weekend on a track that you know very, very well, I'd gather.
Yeah, I've been to Spa many times. I've had the pleasure of driving one of the most iconic tracks in the world. And I'm gonna, if I had to put my money on it, I'm gonna go between Lando and Max right now.
Woo! I love it. Ollie, we appreciate the time, mate. Thanks a stack from everybody here at Zwartkops Racetrack and everyone who's joined us today. Just a huge thanks, mate, for your time.
Not a problem, man. Enjoy the race.
Starting everybody, Ollie Jarvis. Thank you, Ollie. See, that was fun.
I was really impressed by the way you just went out there and just gave it a full ponies. You the sound. Very impressive.
That was the most fun I've had.
That was great. And what a great experience. I mean, did you get to feel the rear oversteer, understeer?
Did you not see that? I felt the whole way through. It was the longest lap they've ever had on a skid pan. Ever. They said that we don't know of doing these kind of laps in the skid pan. I had the most fun. To Clint and his team, just a huge thank you. All right, we move away from that because we've got a very busy podcast vlog that we've got for you this week. Now, we want to catch up on cars we've driven and then get to the Formula One again, which is happening around the corner. But before we get, there's a bit of a break now. In the Formula One
summer break,
Summer break, but we'll
for
talk,
most of the drivers, throughout Europe.
We'll talk about that and what happens on two wheels and other forms of motor racing. Also, a huge thanks to Oliver Jarvis, who joined us last weekend. You saw in that video clip us chatting to Ollie Jarvis a little bit about that Formula One. He knows that course very well, but that was very nice of him to have joined us. But first, let's find out what John and I have been driving over the past week in the Fastlane. Jeepers, what a busy week on the Fastlane. Obviously, some highlights there of time at Zwartkops, but these are the cars in the Fastlane garage this week. The all-new Hyundai N-Line, surprising vehicle this is. Just incredible. There's a bit more of a chat about that with John and I inside that vehicle. The Fastlane this week, what a busy week. On our way now to catch a plane, but driving this, the all-new i20 N-Line. And the N-Line, John, you'll remember, a couple of years ago, synonymous with the racing line from Hyundai. Yes. Hyundai's N-Line, they kind of, made the car sound a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more sportier, a couple more, aerodynamical, little twerks here and there to make the car just look a bit more aggressive from the outside. And this, obviously, the new i20. What do you think about this? It's a 1-litre engine.
It's incredible. I mean, the power from this little 1 litre is impressive, and I love the little burble between gear shifts. But the racer boy in me always enjoys these type of cars, but I love it when manufacturers take the learnings from racing and then carry it across. I mean, obviously they're big in the World Rally Championship, and you can see the little spats and little things that they've put onto the car, obviously taking it from the World Rally car. So now I've really enjoyed it, and I think the handling and the torque from this little 1 litre engine is impressive.
It's quite a lot of space, given the fact that it's not a big car.
Yeah, and the interior is nice. It's got the red outline for stitching for the racing, and the leather is really comfortable. So it's not like extravagant, but it's just perfectly sporty. I think it's great.
You can feel the suspension's also sportier. It's a slightly harder ride on it, even though it's a 1 litre turbocharged engine. Sounds fantastic. It's a head turner, and all around, I think, what a great vehicle from Hyundai. This new i20, John, they started around 300,000 for an entry-level i20 N-Line, or the i20 rather, and then goes up towards around $500,000 for the N-Line. So
competitively priced. Considering the competition, it's
absolutely. And then if you've seen that, then also this behind me, entry-level C-Class with an AMG spec and kit, as the Egyptian geese tend to try and dominate this area in the northern suburbs. But what a great vehicle. AMG spec vehicle. It is an entry C200 without the badging. It's been removed, and AMG badging there. Of course, there's all little AMG bits and pieces, but what a great vehicle as well.
Yeah, both cars we've enjoyed. I mean, obviously the what I call a mini hot hatch. Very competitive space, Ryan, as you find up against the Polo GTIs and many things.
Couldn't hear going past. There was an electric vehicle.
I saw that.
The Piers guys from District Watch going through us in the background over there, making a little cameo in the electric vehicle.
Making sure the area is safe for all of us. But no, coming back to the mini hot hatch, competitive class, really enjoyed the car. Like you say, we spoke about it when we were on our way to the airport.
And we're looking forward to a couple of new cars, BMW, and specifically Tiger Valley BMW, with something new from them, something new from Isuzu in terms of a bakkie, and something special on the way from Mercedes-Benz AMG. Keep watching. Yo, some nice cars.
Yeah, plenty.
I'm excited because we're leaving again soon this week to go and drive another new car for the first time before everybody else does, with Justin Jacobs from Mercedes-Benz.
Yes.
More details of that.
Oh, another secret that's hard to keep back as well.
Coming out soon. A huge thanks, and I've got to say this, I was hoping to get him on the line with Gavin Geldenhuys from Cellular City. We've got the all-new Samsung Fold 6s. The Galaxy Fold 6. I just want to unlock it over here and show it to you what it looks like. There we go. New cameras that have been upgraded in the back. The new, it's not new in terms of being folding. The Samsung have been pioneering the folding market, but these are incredible devices, and they really make our lives, especially in the fast lane, a lot easier. So
it saved us twice, actually. We watched the Formula One and the rugby on both the screens. How cool was that?
In our hotel in Johannesburg,
no
we had
problem.
Both screens open, watching on two different accounts the sport on the weekend. That was really
and
cool.
When we sat on the plane for how many hours, we were able to at least watch some content on the phone.
Great device, and Cellular City have some incredible deals on these devices. You want to go and check them out. Cellular City, their details, of course, online. And like I said, they are the premium and selected choice when it comes to Vodacom. So huge thanks to Gavin Geldenhuys. Now, speaking of cool things happening in the fast lane, we have got some amazing news. If you were a massive fan of 1980s nostalgia, great music, great fashion, questionable maybe.
True.
I loved it. Great TV shows, Magnum PI, and of course
Hairstyles.
Miami Vice.
Yes.
As a petrol head, you still your head's still stuck in the 80s. As a petrol
Thanks
head,
for that.
as a petrol head,
Shoot.
Magnum PI,
Yes.
Ferrari.
Testarossa.
No, Magnum PI was a Ferrari 308 GTS.
Yes. I was young. I mean, that was a red Ferrari.
Red Ferrari 308 GTS.
Yeah. And there were the Ray-Bans.
Miami Vice,
Yeah.
2 Daytonas. One, a very old model, 365 Daytona.
Yeah.
The other one, a Testarossa. Sorry, did I say 2 Daytonas?
Yeah, you did. You meant-
A Daytona and a
yeah,
Testarossa.
Testarossa, yeah.
They were in the Miami Vice.
Yeah.
The Fast Lane presents, ladies and gentlemen, coming to a beautiful venue in Cape Town real soon, a very special auction. We're auctioning off the very first 2 Ferraris, 308 GTS and Testarossa, to ever have come to South Africa. The owners kindly reached out and said, Ryan, would you and John look after an auction for me, and let's raise some money for a great cause.
Yeah.
So coming soon, we're going to raise some money for an unbelievable cause. We'll let you know what that is coming up soon. But we are selling off as an item, both of them the first history makers,
In
the
red.
first in red of their kinds, the first ever 308 GTS to come to South Africa, and the very first Ferrari Testarossa to come to South Africa, both formerly owned by Mr. Frank Taylor. They're now in the current owner's hands, who happens to be a good friend of ours, and has said, guys, please, will you auction these off, and can we find a good cause? So watch this space. The first ever we're auctioneers
Crazy.
now.
I know.
Sold. Bang, bang. Sold.
Where's your button? Push your button. Don't you want it?
Oh. That's your one. That's your one.
Well, hopefully we don't have crickets on the night.
We definitely
so
won't have
exciting.
crickets. Watch this space. We'll have more details coming
Yeah.
up soon. Listen, there's so much we need to cover still. Let's talk quickly. A little bit of break in the Formula One scene. They disappear for a bit.
But we saw that later on, after we watched at the AMG facility, that Mercedes, George Russell, was excluded from the results, putting Lewis Hamilton in the lead there. But he was excluded for weight. Interestingly, though, Ryan, I was actually looking up about this. On the Spa circuit, normally the guys would do a parade lap. But you know, at Spa, once they cross the finish line, at that first corner, turn 1, they actually turn around and go back into the pits, which is very unusual.
Yes.
And what happens is they're not allowed to gather marbles on the tires.
Okay.
So, obviously that would add to that 1.5 kilograms of weight that he was under.
Yes.
That's, I don't know if you were aware of that, but that marbles that they collect obviously add weight to the car.
Yes.
They've come out and they said, look, a little bit unfortunate for what's happened, but these things happen even at the top level. So, but then moving on to driver lineup, Carlos Sainz signed for Williams. Interesting. I think he wants to keep himself available for a bigger signing, like we've spoken about with Audi in the future. So maybe this was a better structured deal for a 1-year deal with Williams. Very exciting. Oliver Bierman and Ocon are now at Haas. They've signed a deal there. So, I'm glad to see some of the youngsters. Red Bull apparently are staying with Carlos Checo.
Right.
Carlos Checo.
Carlos Sainz. Checo Perez. Carlos Checo.
How's that? I went from
I know.
Formula 1 to Formula 2 and then straight to MotoGP. But Perez, he's apparently staying. So that's going to make it interesting to see if Ricciardo, because Ricciardo also thinks he's staying, and Liam Lawson wants to drive. So all to play for in the next couple of weeks. I'm sure in the summer break we'll see something. And then MotoGP moving to Silverstone. It's always exciting, MotoGP. So we'll see. That's the first race back after the summer break.
Nice. We'll have more about that closer towards the end. And then thanks to Mark, who's reached out as well. Says, guys, enjoying the podcast, enjoying the videos. We are a Montague Gardens-based manufacturer. We manufacture the scrape protectors, the bumper scrape guards, a must-have for all car enthusiasts. Guys, would you be keen on a collab? One better. Here's us giving you a lekker plug, mate. All the best. We love local business, and well done. Ultimate protection for those of you who want to kind of look after your your bumper. It can get up so
Especially
many
that
nasty
splitter,
little-
which is very expensive on the supercars and your
Yeah.
sports cars. Yeah, makes sense. Very clever concept.
Nice.
That.
Montague Gardens, the Scrape Protectors. Lovely, lovely. Thank you very much, Mark, for reaching out. There's a couple of collabs happening up soon as well. We've been reached out to by a lot of people are talking a little bit about, can we collaborate with you? We're on Instagram.
Yes,
the
we are.
Fastlane South Africa. Look
Awesome.
for us. Otherwise, look for Ryan O'Connor and John Williams on Instagram and follow us. We're following the page. We want to grow it nice and let numbers grow there as well.
Talking about local racing, we saw obviously treacherous conditions this past weekend at Kalani International Raceway. It was nice to see the guys actually out competing. So we saw a lot of excitement. We saw Shane, my brother, getting a 4th overall and 1st in Class B. So that was fantastic.
Huge.
First race back after many years. So really proud of him. Well done, Buddy, keeping the Williams name up there in local racing. Talking about All-Tar Rally coming up this week. We have the All-Tar Rally, which we'll put on our social media, the actual event and the dates, but always exciting. That's a Tar Rally at Kalani Racetrack. It's the rally guys where they put their slicks on, take the dirt tires off and compete, and that's always exciting. Go support. They go through the pits, they go through the back of the track, and you can get really up close and personal with the guys there.
That's
so it's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
Also, a big shout out on this podcast to local business owner Michelle Speck, who's mailed us numerous times. Sorry, Michelle, haven't reached out. She runs the Automotive Trade Media Cape. It is a auto media magazine, digital magazine, highlighting some of the incredible little businesses that keep the Cape motor industry going. It's a great platform. Michelle, thanks for reaching out. And if you haven't checked them out yet, go and have a look at Auto Trade Media Cape for the latest and greatest in companies doing their best to keep the automotive industry alive in the Western Cape. Folks, I'm trying to think. We got so much content to get through.
More viewing for the viewers to watch than us talking this week.
Absolutely.
Because there's been just so much exciting footage.
We unveiled a very special Mercedes-Benz this last weekend, and I want to show you just a little snippet of that. We go back to Zwartkops as we round out the fast lane this week with a chat to Justin Jacobs from Mercedes-Benz, and also a quick look at some of the cars we unveiled at Zwartkops. Globally, it gets no more iconic than the 3-star brand that is Mercedes-Benz. And in South Africa, well, we've had an exceptional year with so many great products being unveiled from Mercedes-Benz. A man that is a multitasker, because amongst the plethora of titles he has is one of marketing for Mercedes-Benz South Africa, Justin Jacobs. Thanks so much for this great experience, first of all, and the amazing year Mercedes-Benz has had yet again. Great products we've seen launched this year, and it's just one after the other. You've had probably the busiest year in the car industry.
It's been busy, Ryan, and thank you for choosing Mercedes-Benz. We are super excited, and we know that your guests are going to be. I hope they brought a change of undies. It's going to be wild. Our 88 team is just the best. They've won awards and everything like that. But Mr. Clint Weston here will explain that.
Absolutely.
We have done a lot of cars this year. I have launched 8 cars in 6 months to the media and to the public. Something special today.
Today, I know.
We have something hidden in the garage
Exactly.
that hasn't been launched yet. We've done some performance testing, and we can confirm it is the fastest within its segment in the country. So the guests will be privy to that soon.
And this year isn't done yet,
It's
because there's still so
only
many
July.
months. It's July.
Yeah.
And
No, we
Mercedes-
have a lot more coming. There's a lot more coming.
If you look at the product offering, you've actually launched something for everybody in every segment of the market. People say, well, listen, it's a year for the sedan in terms of AMG. No, it's a year for all vehicles.
100%.
You've covered the board entirely, and it's only July.
Yeah.
I mean, what more could you possibly release between now and the end of the year?
We've done the GLC coupes,
Yes.
the new GLEs,
Correct.
the GLS,
New C-Class.
new C63. We've done the GLA, the GLB. There's we've done CLE and E-Class. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, which are phenomenal cars. But I don't know if you've seen the CLE. So it's like a two-door coupe.
Yes. Yeah.
South Africa, summer. What do you need?
Come on.
What do you need? The roof off.
Cape Town.
Cape
Come
Town.
on, Cape Town.
Yes. So we've got the CLE Cabriolet coming.
Oh.
We have our EQS SUV Maybach.
Yes.
That will be coming. And then towards the end of the year, we spice it up again with a few more things. We've got a new G-Class coming.
Oh.
And also here too, I don't think I've told you, but we've got a very limited edition G-Class. It's called the Grand Edition. There are
That's
only
the last
20.
one. The last ever.
The last of this model range.
G-Wagon.
It's there's 20 in the country. We have 4 left. So very special car. 1,000 worldwide.
Justin, we can't forget the amazing year that electric has played in Mercedes-Benz's lineup. I think that the investment that Mercedes-Benz South Africa has made in terms of making sure that the electric vehicle not only has a great footprint in the country, but also that thing called range anxiety for people that are worrying about EVs and where to with an EV. Mercedes-Benz has kind of looked at the footprint in South Africa and gone, well, listen, boom, we've got you covered, and you've invested
100%.
heavily.
We've invested
in the
heavily,
EV market.
Heavily. I mean, obviously, you got to put your money where your mouth is, and
Sure.
if you tell customers, do not worry about range anxiety, put your money where your mouth is, and invest in charge infrastructure.
Sure.
And a charging network.
Yes.
So that is what we've done with our partners at Chargify. We've heavily gone into putting chargers in key locations, fast chargers, so that when customers have our cars, they enjoy our cars, they're driving around, they can use these things.
The festivities continue as we chat to Justin Jacobs. Clint Weston will chat a bit later on about all things AMG Driving Academy, which is a very special place to be. Of course, the Fastlane, very lucky to be here. Looking forward to some amazing things still to come from the brand that is the most incredible in terms of technology, innovation, and of course, leaders in class dynamics, Mercedes-Benz. So 3 doors. 3 very special models. One that's never been seen before, so we're getting a kind of a first for Africa, behind door number 1. But behind door number 2, probably the most exclusive product that Mercedes-Benz is offering at the moment. In actual fact, we are extremely fortunate to have this being number 5 of the 5 that allocation, I think, that's available to Southern Africa.
So
there 20.
There are 20 that came to South Africa. There are 1,000 worldwide. There are 4 available, 5 if you count this one. Which is owned by Mercedes-Benz.
So then from the most exclusive Mercedes-Benz to the most powerful production vehicle that's ever been made in that
by
car.
AMG.
By AMG. Okay. So we've got 3 very, very special vehicles, and we'll start with obviously door number 1, 2, and 3. And the amazing technology that you're about to see, especially behind door number 1, is technology that most of you got to see today in action behind the wheel of a C63 AMG. This is the latest in terms of that technology being implemented and used in the SUV market. And I think, Justin, if we can just talk a little bit about that, how Mercedes-Benz get it right for a 2.5-ton vehicle to have that amount of power from a 2-liter 4-cylinder that sounds orgasmic, to say the least.
So guys, I think there's been a lot of talk about Mercedes-Benz dropping the V8s, which you experienced earlier, for a 2-liter 4-cylinder. Doesn't sound all that impressive, but if you consider the fact that there is actually, and I'm not going to bullshit you guys, it is F1 technology that is in this car. The exact same batteries, the same strategy involved in regen, in power recuperation from F1 is involved in these cars. So the C63 over there, 500 kilowatts and 1,050 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 is 3.31 seconds, tested independently on Friday. It's insane how that car can go from being a comfortable everyday sedan to being something that rips your face off. So we thought obviously the GLC, so like what you see standing there, that's our normal GLC coupe. It's a diesel, very fuel efficient, very stylish, very good. But if we take the AMG approach and put it into a GLC, the same amount of power, 0 to 100 is 3.51 as tested on Friday independently. It's pretty quick. As where's the boss man? He didn't. Still upstairs. He was lucky enough. I picked him up this morning in the car, and he was speechless. It was the quietest ride I've ever had with someone. He was speechless all the way here. The car has not been launched yet. It will only be done so probably by the end of the month or into next month. So you guys are really the first ones to see the latest GLC 63 SE performance. 500 kilowatts, 1,050 Newton meters of torque. It is insane what we have done with this car.
Let's have a look.
Let's
have a look at it. So, ladies and gentlemen, behind door number 1,
Start your buddy.
the all-new GLC 63 AMG SE. Look at that.
Yes.
A first for South Africa, a first for Mercedes-Benz, Sanlam Private Wealth, and now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, in this incredible blue color. Now onto one of the most expensive Mercedes-Benzes ever made. When it comes to exclusivity in its life cycle, this is possibly the last we'll see of this specific model, but it's the one that all the superstars love to go for from Mercedes-Benz.
So you guys are also one of the first to see the G63 final edition.
The final edition, ladies and gents.
It
Look
is
at that.
one of only 20 in the country. So behind door number 3 is my personal favorite car. I love this car because when you see it, you don't expect it to do what it can do. So it is the GT63 SE Performance 4-door. It is the most powerful Mercedes AMG model available at 620 kilowatts and 1,470 Newton meters of torque. It uses the exact same battery technology as in the GLC and the new C63, so it's a hybrid. Independently tested with a few motoring journalists at Gerotech, we managed to do, it's a 2.3 odd ton car. We did 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds dead, 5 times in a row. We did 261.4 kilometers per hour in 800 meters. It will do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 33 meters. And it is I drove it from Knysna. After it did the hill climb, I drove it to from Knysna back to Cape Town. Comfortable, quiet. It's such a good car. And I just thought, we've got a new car, we've got an exclusive car. Let me show you guys the most powerful, and that is the GT63 SE Performance.
What a special occasion. We've just wrapped up an incredible session on the Fast Lane, and to everyone watching, just a huge thanks for being a part of this episode, which was slightly different. Live, rather from Zwartkops today with Sanlam Private Wealth. But everyone who's involved in the Fast Lane, like, subscribe, be a part of it, and look forward to many more, John, at Zwartkops with Clinton and his amazing team. Clint Weston, just a huge thanks, Clint. Your amazing team, hospitality, the service, the food, everything and more from Sanlam Private Wealth. It was just an incredible outing. Looking forward to doing this a lot more often. And again, to everybody watching this, like, subscribe, be a member of the Fast Lane team. Huge thanks to Breitling, huge thanks to OneBet, eBet, and of course to Sanlam Private Wealth. We'll catch you again next week.
Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and John can't be beat, on the fast lane. So sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street,